Hi everyone, Dave McKay here. I'm now going to do a slightly more complex calculation. The question is, if my speed is 100 kilometers per hour, how far will I travel in 10 seconds? Now, the key to answering any of these types of questions is to make sure you look at the units and you make sure you get consistency with those units before even trying to do a calculation. So at the moment, we've got a speed in kilometers per hour, but the question's asking how far we'll travel in 10 seconds. So the key to this is getting these units here consistent. Now you could either convert seconds to hours, or you convert hours to seconds. It doesn't really matter. In this case, I'm going to convert hours to seconds. So there's 60 seconds in a minute and there's 60 minutes in an hour, so therefore there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. I can write the 100 kilometers per hour as kilometers per second. How do I do that? Well, you can say 100 kilometers per hour is equal to 100 kilometers per 3,600 seconds. So that'll do us for the moment. We've got our speed or velocity in kilometers per second. That's fine. We're asking how far we travel in 10 seconds, so the times are consistent. Now what we've got to do is use a formula. So the formula I'm going to use is velocity is equal to distance divided by time. Now the question says how far will I travel, so we're obviously after the distance d. So therefore I can say that the distance is equal to the velocity multiplied by the time. Now we can plug these numbers into that formula. So the distance is going to be equal to the velocity, which is 100 kilometers per 3,600 seconds, multiplied by the time. The time is 10 seconds. Okay, now before I'd even reach for a calculator, I'd be looking at the units to see whether the units make some sense. Well, here I've got kilometers divided by seconds, so it's 1 over seconds multiplied by seconds. They actually cancel each other out. So I'm left with kilometers as the units in my answer, and you can see that's absolutely consistent with a question asking for a distance. So the units that we're going to end up with are going to be in kilometers. So I'll write that there to start with. Now, to do the calculation, you just plug these numbers into your calculator. I don't even think I'll bother doing it. I'll just do it approximately in my head. So I'm going to make this an approximate value here. Well, this is 10 multiplied by 100, which is 1,000. So that's actually 10 to the 3, and it's divided by 3.6 by 10 to the 3. I've got my units worked out, so that's fine. So what's this come out to be? Well, 10 to the 3 divided by 10 to the 3 is obviously 1. It cancels each other out. Well, they cancel each other out, and you're left with 1 over 3.6 kilometers is your answer. And of course you can plug that into a calculator and write it out to some number of decimal places or whatever. Or what you could do is say roughly, well, that's about 1 over 3.6 is close enough to 1 over 3.3, which is about a third, so that's approximately 0.33 of a kilometre, which is approximately equal to 330 meters.